All right, so let's pop that hood and let's see what we got under there. Whoa, buddy, that's a 22 horsepower, 656 cc. Oh, that's a beast. That's a beast. So check it out, y'all. Here's what we got right now. This motor is more than capable of being able to do this. Please make sure you're being safe and check first your specs of your motor and your trans. Do not want to overload your baby. If you overload your motor and you're putting too much load on it, guess what? You're going to blow your motor or you're going to blow the trans. So for any DIY, there's always going to be a liability with it. Make sure you do your research first. Do not add anything to your tractor unless you know it can handle it, okay? This is a John Deere D140. I got a sweet deal on this thing. It's a great, these John Deeres, I've heard you can't kill them. The motor itself, the motor was worth 2 times more than the actual lawnmower itself. You know, and the certain lineup that this was built, I've heard, now keep in mind, I'm new at this for the John Deeres, but I've heard that they're just very reliable. Really nice a mower and a good mower, engine. So keep that in mind. It's a lot of good stuff about it. Here's your wiring harness, okay? What we're gonna do is, you wanna find the wire for the ignition. Now I already have it marked, okay? It's in here, right here. That's gonna be my ignition wire over here. You tap into the ignition wire, and then you're going to run your switches. Now you'll notice there's already a dummy spot here. You can make it yourself. You can get some spots here. You can put a switch over here, whatever you want to do. I'm going to use my Dremel, multi-tool, route it out, up and down, right here. Then I'll have my left and right, a rocker, like a 2-way, and one here. So that way I'll get my pitch, left, right, then I'll get my upward and downward motion, and then I'll get my dump, okay? So you run those 3 switches there, tap right into your ignition, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an inline fuse and a relay in, just like you see here. And what that does is you always want to make sure you have, if you're running any kind of accessories, you want to have a backup in case there's overload. And what that means is that if there's too much current coming through for whatever reason, that fuse is going to stop that power from going back into your harness or your devices. So just like we see here, see that fuse? That's from the battery itself. That's linked, which means that the fuse blows first before the current travels through and damages your other components, like your board or your screen or another module that you can't see right now, probably in here. So those fuses are designed as a safety measure, just like in your house. Your fuse blows so the fire doesn't come inside or the current. It cuts the current. So here's your line, okay? And if the power's coming through it, when that fuse trips and blows, the current cannot continue to flow through. When the fuse is active, it's on. But if you break that between that two, when that fuse breaks, the current now cannot transmit through the line. And that is a safety measure. So always make sure to use your relay. I'll probably use a 40 amp relay or 30, probably 30 amp. Okay, and I'll use a linkable, inline fuse, not linkable, inline fuse as well, probably like a 30 amp, okay, and I'll make sure I splice those in, that way it's clean, you're doing it right. You know, some people are like, oh, you don't need to put that in, that's overkill, you don't need all that. For me, it's peace of mind. I like things done right. Maybe you might not do that, that's okay, but hey, you know, it's only $5 more. What's $5 more versus a burnt harness? You know, in case it's hot outside one day in the summer, and you're just doing a bunch of work, and you go to turn it on, you're pushing dirt, and it's really hot outside, and for whatever reason, it got overloaded. The current it was too much. Well, I'd rather blow a fuse that costs, 30 cents than the power go back into my freaking harness and burn up all of my wires and completely just toast them, okay? I've seen it happen before. It happened in cars, and that's why when you get in your vehicle, you have those fuses there. You have those relays for a reason, okay? Especially when you're adding accessories. Fog lights, switch dimmers, anything. They always come with a relay, a typical 30 or 40, and you get an inline fuse, okay? All right, so I hope everybody liked our video today here. Pretty cool, super excited. Again, make sure to hit the subscribe button at the end here. And again, everybody have a great day, and let's go. Woo!